is it?
Do not try to escape.
Welcome back, Vault Dwellers. So if you watched part 1, you survived the Prestige picks. Now welcome to the Twilight Zone of Animation, part 2. This is where things get messy, loud, psychedelic, and just gloriously offbeat. These aren't always good in the traditional sense, but they are iconic. We're talking cult classics, post-apocalyptic rock operas, existential toasters, and enough rotoscope to give your eyeballs a workout. These were the movies that you half remember from your warped little childhood, or maybe stumbled onto at 3 a.m. on cable and thought, was that even real? Spoiler alert, it sure was, and it ruled. So crank up the synth, dust off your old VHS tapes, and get ready for the wild middle stretch of our countdown. Oh, and we still have a part 3 to go.
This is just great. Cross half the galaxy, nearly get our butts shot off by the dredge. Just so we can rescue the window washer.
Hey, for your information, I happen to be humanity's last great hope.
I weep for the species.
Before the spacefaring boom of streaming sci-fi, there was Titan A.E., a box office flop that's since become a fan favorite. This is directed by Don Bluth, yeah, you know, the Secret of NIMH guy, and it follows Kale, a sarcastic space mechanic with a map encoded in his ring.
I'm the guy with the map here. This is big medicine, right?
Why, you may ask? Well, to find Titan, the ship that can recreate Earth after it's blown to cosmic bits. This film blends 2D and some early CGI with, mixed results. But its ambition is undeniable. Had a great cast voicing it, including Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore.
Do you know what this means?
I'm really wanting those pants right about now.
And Bill Pullman.
Sorry, kid. World blowing up changes a man.
And the soundtrack is like a time capsule of early 2000s rock. While the plot's a space smoothie of Star Wars, Treasure Island, and Atlantis, its themes of isolation and rebirth hit harder than expected. It tanked in the theaters, but it gained traction on DVD, especially with kids who didn't want Disney sing-alongs. If you like your sci-fi epic a bit moody, Titan A.E. absolutely delivers.
And you'll be better prepared for the future.
Well, I'll tell you something about your famous future. Every day I wake up, it's still the present. The same grimy, boring present. I don't think this future thing exists.
What do you mean, my beastly little boy?
That's simple, Mother. We should do something much nastier than flood their minds. We should take revenge!
Kicking us off is this British-Hungarian animated film adapted from George MacDonald's 19th century fantasy novel, and it might look like a relic of another time. It is. Princess Irene befriends a miner boy named Curdy to save her kingdom from underground goblins, and the result is a tale that's both charmingly outdated and surprisingly eerie. This was released in the shadow of Disney's animation renaissance, and The Princess and the Goblin barely made a dent in the theaters.
I'm not as great as all that.
But its blend of fairy tale elements, creepy villains, and mysterious glowing threads has given it a lasting cult appeal.
Wow, what a slide.
The animation may be stiffer than its mainstream contemporaries, but it's packed with strange, dreamlike atmosphere that makes it stand out. It's a throwback to classic storytelling with a gothic twist. You know, like if Sleeping Beauty had been directed by someone with a fondness for Eastern European folklore. If you miss it the first time, it's totally worth unearthing this hidden gem.
Enough!
Goodbye, sun people. But we haven't finished with you yet.
It's official business. Official business. Right? Right. Right. Hey, wait a minute. What kind of official business? Hey. One kind of official business. That's the Rumble.
Before Bakshi gave us wizards, hobbits, and post-apocalyptic warlords, he gave us a Bronx brawler's fever dream called Hey Good Lookin. This was released in 1982, but was stuck in development hell for years. This film is an animated slice of 1950s Brooklyn, seen through a cracked funhouse mirror. Our protagonist? Well, that's Vinny. He's a leather-jacketed wannabe tough guy, and his twitchy sidekick Crazy. They're navigating street gangs, dames, some delusions, and one surreal trip through urban decay. This was originally envisioned as a mix of live action and animation, think Roger Rabbit on malt liquor, but the studio got cold feet. So Bakshi reworked it into full animation, still grimy, still weird, and still dripping with his signature mix of social commentary and a bit of sleaze. It's less a plot than a vibe. The characters talk like your Uncle Vinny during Thanksgiving after 2 Manhattans, and the animation swings between expressive brilliance and just pure chaos. It's not for everyone, but for fans of Bakshi's raw, personal vision of America, it's essential. Hey Good Lookin is like a graffiti-tagged time capsule from a city that only existed in memory and some madness.
Hey, Pop! I thought that was you. What are you doing down here?
You finished?
Yeah. Yeah.
That cannot be. Why would I be the last? What do men know? Because they have seen no unicorns for a while does not mean that we have all vanished. We do not vanish.
This one's part fable and part cartoon dream. The Last Unicorn is just pure, bittersweet fantasy. So this was based on Peter S. Beagle's novel, and it follows a unicorn on a quest to discover what happened to the rest of her kind, only to be transformed into a human woman and forced to confront mortality, longing, and regret. Oh, and there's also a drunken skeleton who talks in riddles and some wine metaphors.
But you're dead! You can't smell wine, can't taste it!
But I remember.
This was animated by Rankin and Bass in collaboration with Japan's Topcraft, which soon became Studio Ghibli. And this film has a haunting, just dreamlike quality. The character designs, they're delicate, and the soundtrack by America, the band, adds a wistful glow. The voice cast, we have Mia Farrow, Alan Arkin, Jeff Bridges, and Angela Lansbury, so it's totally stacked.
Your death sits in that cage, and she hears you.
Oh, she'll kill me one day or another. But she will remember forever that I caught her, that I held her prisoner.
But it's not your typical hero's journey. It's slower, it's sadder, and just more poetic.
How dare you? How dare you come to me now, when I am this?
But that's what makes it stick. For many of us, it was our first introduction to the idea that animated movies could be quiet and tragic and beautiful all at once.
Well, if you should happen to remember the entrance to the Red Bull's lair as well as you remember wine...
Done! Give me one drink now and I'll tell you anything you want to know.
You can have all of it, after you tell us the way.
And why is he crying?
I don't know. It may be that he's afraid, or he's hungry.
We can't leave him here like this. May I keep him, Father? May I, Father? I'll take good care of him.
Very well, Tifa. We can't let the poor animal die.
Fantastic Planet, it's not just a film. It's a hallucination pressed onto celluloid. Released in '73, this French-Czech animated feature presents just a world where humans, called Oms, are kept as pets by towering blue aliens called Drags. The art style, it's cut-out animation that looks like a waking dream sketched in a philosophy student's notebook. The story operates as a political allegory. It's about colonialism, class oppression, spiritual transcendence. But, if you ignore all that, it's just stunningly weird and unforgettable. I mean, excuse my pronunciations here, but... So, René Laloux directed it, but Ronald, Topper's surreal designs are what haunts your brain. The soundtrack is pure prog funk psychedelia, and it won the Grand Prix at Cannes and became an underground hit, especially among stoners and sci-fi nerds. Watch it late at night with the lights off, maybe something to smoke, and see if your dreams just ever recover. Fantastic Planet, it proves that animation doesn't need to be cuddly or cute to make you feel something profound.
If you are enjoying this trippy trip with cult classic cartoons, hit that like button, why don't you?
Yes, my soldiers. Soon the Black Cauldron will be mine. Its evil power will course through my veins.
The Black Cauldron, it's Disney's darkest child. You know, the goth kid in the corner of the studio's otherwise sunny catalog. This was based on Lloyd Alexander's The Chronicles of Triton, and the film follows a young pig keeper named Taran on a quest to stop the Horned King from unleashing undead armies with the cauldron. This wasn't your average Disney flick. I mean, there were no talking animal sidekicks. All right, well, not many.
Gurgi? Gurgi? Is that you? Master!
No toe-tapping musical numbers, and just definitely no fairy godmothers. What you get instead? You get skeletal warriors, witches,
We've come for the Black Cauldron. Did you hear that, sisters?
Why, nobody's asked for the Black Cauldron in over 2,000 years.
and a legitimately terrifying villain.
My, such a brave and handsome group. A pig boy, a scullery maid, and a broken-down minstrel.
The animation is moody and atmospheric, just packed with shadows and mists and just lots of dramatic lighting. Disney execs were just so nervous about this film that they chopped out whole sequences before release. It flopped hard at the box office, and the studio quickly buried it. But like the Cauldron itself, it didn't stay buried for long. Over time, the Black Cauldron developed a devoted fan base that appreciated its bold risks and darker tone. It's the black sheep of Disney, but for fantasy fans craving something less sanitized and a bit more sinister, it's an essential watch.
Gurgi has no friends. Gurgi! No! Don't jump! Wait! No! No!
Only for a while.
Just long enough to lose our minds. We'll be cannibals within a few days. I've seen it happen.
And you be the first to go, Dialface.
Hey, fellas! We can stay in here! Look!
At first glance, this is a heartwarming tale about a group of household appliances on a journey to reunite with their owner. But really, underneath that premise lies a surprisingly dark and existential meditation on abandonment, mortality, and obsolescence. This was created independently by former Disney animators, and The Brave Little Toaster was a passion project that tackled big themes with deceptively simple characters. It touches on fears of being replaced,
And I thought, that's it! It's over! I'm burned out 86!
the brutality of junkyards, and the emotional cost of loyalty, all while starring a toaster. The animation is expressive, the tone is unpredictable, and the film's willingness to go emotionally deep earned it a cult following. It walked so Toy Story could run, and don't let its kid-friendly appearance fool you. This one's got a surprisingly heavy soul.
Oh, come on now. It's not your fault. Things could be worse, you know.
How?
How what?
How could they be worse?
They couldn't. I lied.
Anyone want a beer?
This Canadian cult classic is just pure animated punk rock. Produced by Nelvana, a studio better known for its wholesome children's programming, Rock'n'Rule was a bold and bizarre deviation into adult animation territory. This film features music by Iggy Pop, Cheap Trick, Lou Reed, and it's creating a post-apocalyptic tale of anthropomorphic animals battling evil with the power of rock and roll. I mean, it's so bitchin'. The story follows a punk band that's caught in the machinations of Mach, an aging rock star who tries to summon a demon using a stolen voice. The plot is just bonkers and often incoherent, but the film is drenched in 80s style, from the surreal rotoscoped animation to the neon-drenched visuals and leather and spike wardrobes. When Rock'n'Rule premiered, it bombed hard. I mean, it was barely promoted, it was released in limited theaters, and underwent heavy editing in the US that stripped much of its edge. But on home video and late-night cable, it built a devoted following. Fans were drawn to its rebellious spirit, unique soundtrack, and just the audacity to go full weird in an era dominated by sanitized fare.
Supreme leader of the revolution and the next ruler of the world.
The girl!
Well, aren't we fierce? Guards, castrate him.
Try and imagine Fantasia dropped some acid, read a stack of pulp sci-fi mags, and then got itself an R rating. Well, that's Heavy Metal. This animated anthology film blends sci-fi, horror, fantasy, and a whole bunch of erotica with a pounding rock soundtrack and just a whole lot of attitude. Based on the magazine of the same name, each segment in Heavy Metal feels like a different twisted dream. You know, from zombie soldiers to warrior women on flying beasts. And the animation styles vary between stories, which keeps things visually fresh. And the music, man, from Blue Oyster Cult all the way to Sammy Hagar just keeps your blood pumping. Critics didn't quite know what to make of it back in '81, but fans sure did. It became a midnight movie staple and counterculture landmark. It's problematic, right? It's over the top, but it's also a time capsule of an era when animated films could be unapologetically adult. You know, for all its flaws, Heavy Metal is a love letter to genre weirdness and a celebration of pulp imagination, and just one of the boldest animated experiments ever made.
Okay, sucker. Hand over your cash. Now!
Stupid asshole.
They've killed Fritz! Take that! Take that, you black-eyed, short, bull-legged!
Max, I'm okay. I'm okay, Max. Just a scratch. Look, I'm all right. Max.
Oh, damn.
With Wizards, Ralph Bakshi cranked the weird just as high as the dial would go. This post-apocalyptic surreal trip blends magic, sci-fi, rotoscope battles, and literal World War II propaganda footage into one bizarre anti-war tale. It's a story of two wizard brothers. You got Avatar, that's the good one, and Black Wolf, the literal Nazi allegory, who battle for control of a ruined Earth. The animation style is chaotic fusion of pastel fantasies and nightmarish realism, shifting from classic cartoon forms to photoreal backgrounds and live animation stills. Bakshi's willingness to just throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the screen results in a film that's both disorienting and just hypnotic. While the story might seem disjointed, it delivers one of the most satisfying anti-war mic drops in animation history. Avatar's
I'm glad you changed your last name, you son of a bitch.
subtle? Not really. Effective? Absolutely. Wizards was a cult hit almost like immediately, especially with the college crowd. It carved out a niche as both an anti-establishment statement and a countercultural visual trip. Whether seen as a political cartoon or a psychedelic fantasy, Wizard stands as one of the strangest and boldest animated films of the 70s or ever, and that's why it's number 1.
Don't do it. Yeah, you may be right, but I gotta battle my brother. You find an entrance into the castle, smash the projector, and tell Eleanor that Avatar will die with her tonight.
These films may not have gotten the red carpet treatment, but they built their cult following the old-fashioned way. You know, one worn-out VHS tape at a time. But hold on to your dragon silos, because part 3 is where we leave the neon-soaked wastelands behind and head straight into pure fantasy nostalgia. We're talking animated Tolkien's lost 80s legends and obscure TV movies that hit way harder than they have any right to. So grab your magic sword and prepare to chant some old-school incantations, because part 3 drops up next. And until then, remember to rewind responsibly and keep it weird, folks.
Pop's okay.
You should have seen those poor bastards on the dock scatter. Hey, think of that. Those dumb loonies think they could pull a strike on the docks all by themselves.